nothing surprised me with these guys. I think that resilient is completely an understatement. I think, there's always an expectation for our guys now that the belief to win any game and to pass the baton. And, when it gets hot and stressful, you see the at-bats keep getting better and better. And, it took a collective effort. There was, to get a win like this and to battle a guy like Bumgarner and to see Clayton go out there and compete and do what Clayton does, the defensive plays, just to not be denied. Bumgarner had our number for 7 innings, and for us to continue to compete and find a way to win. And I keep saying it's the biggest win of the year, but this has got to be at the top.
What can you say about the at-bats, particularly in the ninth, starting with Andrew Coles off the bench? That guy just hits.
He does. And not only he hits, he's, I think that was the first kind of descriptor, but he's a baseball player. And regardless of if he's starting, if he's coming off the bench, he makes plays defensively with his arm, with his glove. He runs the base as well. And, that was a huge at-bat. And to get him on base, and that at-bat, Corey put on one of those tough left-on-left guys, and Lopez. And JT, gets behind the count with Strickland and, finds a way to shoot that hole. So there were just so many things, and obviously Adrian, who's got a lot of game winners in his career. So it was a, it was a great inning.
What do you make of the exchange between Bumgarner and Clayton?
You know what? All I know is that Yasiel took a check swing, ran hard down the baseline, and didn't say a thing. And so he heard something from Bumgarner, and he responded. So I know our guy didn't initiate anything. That wasn't part of our plan, but to see him come out of the game, I think that there was a little relief on our side because he obviously was dominant, and to see him and Kershaw go pitch to pitch, that was fun.
What was Bumgarner doing that he hadn't done against previous?
Well, I think that he was throwing his breaking ball first strike. He was still commanding the fastball, and like we talked about, if he's on and not making mistakes out over the plate, then he's going to be tough on anyone. And I think that certain times we've caught him where he's made some mistakes over the big part of the plate, and tonight he was dominant.
How did Kershaw look?
Kershaw looked great. The Nunez infield hit, and he ends up stealing a base and scores on a wild pitch. So I think that Kershaw was great. I really do. And I think that for me, to get him at 80 pitches, the other start in New York, and then now to get him close to 90, and to envision him going much past that when our bullpen is fresh and I like the matchups going forward, for me, that was an easy call. But I think he looked great.
Is he still trying to figure some stuff out, you think?
Yeah. This is his third start back. This is his third start after 2.5 months of being off. So, yeah, he is. So, for him to go 6 and give up one unearned run and still trying to be figuring things out, I like where he's headed.
What's the difference between being 6 games up and 12 to play and 4 games up and 12 to play?
It's a big swing. I don't have to, obviously that goes, without saying. But I just think that the way that we went about competing to the last out says more about our guys. So obviously in that other clubhouse, that's a big swing, and I think for us it's equally as momentous for us, and hopefully we just keep riding this wave.
Grant Day just keeps doing it. What do you got to say about him? He's just phenomenal.
It's Grant is another guy that I had no idea who he was coming into the season, and to be in high leverage situations against big middle of the order left-handed bats, and to continue to get outs, and even after a couple tough outings, for him to respond the way he has. And this is a big stage, this is a big moment, and for him to perform the way he has, it's pretty incredible. But we can say that about a lot of guys. But Grant is somebody that I really have grown to obviously have a lot of confidence in.
Dave, a lot of the narrative nationally is about what's happening to the Giants and their bullpen. How unfair is that to what you guys are doing with wins like this?
I think that I think that people are going to have their own ideas and what's the reason why we're in first place. And but I think for our guys, I don't think that we concern ourselves too much with what other teams are doing, really. And it's just more the focus on ourselves and the noise, eliminating. And we've talked about that all year long. And our guys have bought into, eliminating the noise and playing well. So, yeah, they've had a tough go of it. Their pen in the second half of the season. But, I'm focused on what our guys are doing.